see will this baby start. We'll leave it at this for a second just to warm up the ignition. Been about 4 months since this tractor has been started, so hopefully the battery hasn't gone too flat. Let's see. Hello and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to see will this baby start. It hasn't been started for, I think it's been 4 months, so I don't know if the battery is flat, but we can check it out. Obviously it has a few those yokes. It's been at a few vintage shows. So I'm going to untie the baler twine and take off the cloth on top. That's basically just to stop the birds from shitting on top of it. I know it's not covering it all, but it covers basically the seat, the steering wheel and the top of the bonnet. Obviously I've nothing for the roll bar, and there's a lot of birds shite on top of that, so it probably does need to be washed because it is dusty in places. The engine bay might be a bit all oily or diesely or whatever, and so it could probably do with a wash at some point, but that's not what we're going to do in today's video. So I guess we'll start. I can I'll just put the camera down somewhere. Right, so we have the baler twine untied from here and the baler twine untied from there. We don't need to untie the other side because we're only just starting it to see will it start first. It mightn't even start, so we'll just put these down to the side there so it's not getting caught in anything. Can throw that down there, and we'll go ahead and take off the cloth on top. Now that's the cloth off. That's a bit of paint chipped. That's bird shite and bird shite, so it does need to be cleaned and probably painted as well because there's a few rusty patches appearing, so I might need a lick of paint as well. Yeah, see, it's a bit rusty there. And you might be wondering, why is this mirror black? It was red, the same red as this David Brown red. I don't know what name they have on it, but it was David Brown red. But we were going to a vintage show and the mirror was in a very bad state. It was fairly rough. Paint was flaking. If you just rubbed your hand against it, you'd probably peel off a lot of paint. So we just took it off the day before. We took it off the day before we were going to the show. I ran over it there with a wire brush, cleaned it off a small bit, and then give it a lick of paint. We didn't have David Brown red, so we just thought, well, black, and we didn't have yellow either. So, and the wheels, they're not the original wheels for it. The previous owner wanted the bigger, chunkier wheels on it, so we put the bigger, chunkier wheels on it. But the wheels, they were painted very recently, about 2 or 3 years ago, and they're still looking pretty good. Just with just a bit of dirt that's on it, really. I don't know if the camera is really picking it up justice. Now that there is just dents and chips in the actual wheel itself. That's just the steel, so there's not really much we can do about that. But what we're looking at is just the paint job, because they were done about 2 or 3 years ago. So the camera probably isn't doing it as justice as if you were looking at it from the naked eye. It looks way better in real life than probably what's been picked up on camera. The wheel nuts are becoming a bit rusty as well, so they'd want to be getting a lick of paint as well. There is tax and insurance on it, so it can be brought out onto the road. Whether I bring it out on the road today and in today's video, it really depends on the weather, which it's actually fairly dry and has been for the past week or two, and whether it'll start or not. But there's the other. I'll just quickly show the wheels for you. So obviously, whether the camera picked it up or not, I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, we'll fold down the seat, make sure the gears are neutral. Make sure the gears are neutral because it has to be neutral to start. We'll check the diesel and we'll check the oil the far side as well before we do start. So I'll probably have to put the camera down somewhere again. So give me a second. Alright, she's in neutral now. I guess that I have the higher advantage. I can check the diesel. I don't know whether the camera will pick it up or not. But there's plenty of diesel in it for what we want it to do. I just gave it a quick look over myself without having to look at the camera. So we can put the lid back on and check the oil. Alright, so this is the oil here. We have an old rag. Just give it a quick clean in there. Get any dirt off it. Stick it back in. And is the camera picking it up? It's actually, the camera isn't really picking it up, but it's actually above the maximum mark. But it could probably do with an oil change. It's looking fairly burnt out. But this yoke doesn't really, it's not a working tractor, it's just a tractor for vintage shows and showing off and tractor runs and all that. It doesn't really do much work, but yeah, it'll be a good job maybe to hook up the roller to it and just sort of clean out the engine bay and get all that excess smoke and carbon that's been building up inside it. So I might do that this year, because we usually use our 135 and we put the twin wheels on it, and we use the twin wheels as well to sort of flatten it out, and then the roller then come over and even out the tractor grooves that are being implanted in the field. But I don't know, the 135 just seems to handle the roller better. We did hook this up to the roller, I think it was last year or 2 years ago. But the field we were rolling was our silage field, and it's a hill. And if you go around, I don't know if I think it's anti-clockwise. If you go around it anti-clockwise, there's you're facing a less sort of a hill incline. Rather than going around clockwise, then you're going up sort of a steep hill, if you know what I mean. But when I started rolling it, I went around the wrong way. I was going up the steep end. But the 135 went up no bother, and the roller was full of water. And then we hitched it up to this the brown, and it struggled to go up the hill in second gear. So we had to sort of always put it down to first gear, and it would it would slowly go up, but it still sort of struggle a small bit. But the 135, we could leave it in second gear, keep it at 1300 revs, or 13,000, yeah, whatever, and it would fly up no bother in second gear, while this yoke would struggle. So I might try and go around it the anti-clockwise way with this and see how well it copes. And if it copes well, I might stick it on it. I might leave it on it for a while. If not, we'll just have to switch the 135, because it's the 135 we do use every year for rolling. So it's just you know, it's just a better tractor really for it. So we checked the diesel, we checked the oil. We're okay on that end. It's in neutral. We're okay on that end. So we need to turn on the diesel actually. Now we can start up. Alright, we have our trustworthy key. So all we do is put it in there, and there's an old thing here that you twist. It's that in there, we twist it and give it a bit of heat. Too much. We'll leave it at this for a second just to warm up the ignition. When you turn the key, it sort of gets tight in a spot, and we have that spot right here. And if you turn it too much, you could obviously see the ignition goes off. So you just need to get the right spot and hold it there for a couple of seconds just to warm it up. Again, this hasn't been started in about 4 months. So as I'm recording this video, not as this video is being uploaded, it's been about 4 months since this tractor has been started. So hopefully the battery hasn't gone too flat. Anyways, let's give it a small bit of rev. Give it a bit more. And let's see. Oh yes, she fucking started, bye. She started. I don't know if the camera is picking it up. I don't think it is, but the smoke that's coming out of the exhaust, you can see it all around us. The camera isn't picking it up, obviously. Well, she did start, obviously. If that was started now once a week, every week, it'll be more easier and easier start then. What I'm doing now is just going through the field to just to test out the ground, because I might give it a rip around the field first, and then the sky's kind of darkening up, so if it stays dry, I might bring it out on the road then for a quick spin. Try and get a few clips as well while I'm out there, but I might have to go on a back road to actually to record some content. But the field seems to be dry enough. We might leave minor tracks in the ground, but if we don't keep driving over the same place over and over again, we won't make it too guttery. But yeah, let's spin it out for a fucking spin, why not? It's been a while. Well, it did start, and I did give it a quick spin in the field. I'm thinking I won't bring it out onto the road in today's video, but if I do, and I do, well, I will bring it out onto the road at some point. But if I make a video or not, if I do make a video, I'll have to bring my camera gear. So I can stick the camera on the bonnet or on the wing or whatever, so I'm not driving while holding a camera, because it was kind of hard to steer it in the field. When holding a camera and one hand steering, it was a bit dodgy at times. But yeah, when I do bring it out on the road, if I make a video or not, it'll be mostly the back roads I'll be recording on. But yeah, anyways, if you liked this video, please do give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe with the notification bell on. When you hit subscribe, an old bell will appear beside it, so you might as well hit that as well, and you'll be notified of every future videos and future uploads and all that. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Take care.